Hello and welcome to a channel update. A channel update that should have been done some time ago, but I, for various reasons, never got around to making it, but I'm making it now. As a person, I change interests like the wind blows. Anyone who knows me will testify to that. And it works perfectly fine for me. But it's not fair on other people. When you're trying to be consistent and you have a YouTube channel running, any viewers you have, whether it's 5 or 5 million, doesn't matter, they deserve better than that. And I haven't been very good at updating information about certain playlists, certain games, whatever. And that was one of many reasons why I jumped onto the project called Sid Meier's Pirates. It was a small, medium-sized project, but it encouraged me or forced me to stay consistent. And I am going to force myself to be consistent. I'm not going to try to, I'm not going to attempt to, I'm not going to mean to, I'm going to do it. There's a difference between those aspects, which is another reason, or which is one of many reasons why I've started the Yakuza 0 playlist. From a game appreciation point of view, Yakuza 0 surprised me quite a bit. I'm not necessarily into that kind of games normally. Um, they don't offend me in any way, shape, or form, but they don't necessarily appeal to me either. But there's so many parts to that game which combined makes for one of the best games I've ever played. The setting, the characters, the funkiness, the wonkiness, the wackiness, all that good stuff. And because it is a longer term project, it is something that can help me learn to be more consistent. Because any viewers I have, whether it's 5 or 5 million, deserve better than that. So I am fully aware that it is a game even that is perhaps not to the interest of many people, and that thousands of other people, have made playthroughs of it already. But for me, it's a question of forcing myself to stay consistent. So in regards to Yakuza 0, or in regards to the schedule in general, Monday to Friday there will be uploaded 2 episodes of Yakuza 0, varying length, ideally around 25 minutes, but give or take 5, perhaps even 10 minutes, and 1 Commodore 64 and 1 Amiga video. That is not a schedule I will attempt to make, that is the schedule. Saturday and Sunday will be left open. If I want to do something those days, I will do something those days, but if I don't want to, I will retain the right not to do anything. Most likely, if anything, they will be used to catch up on some of the loose projects which are still open on the channel. And in that regard, I will quickly run through some of them. Yakuza Like a Dragon. Love the game setting, love the characters, love the story, but I don't love JRPGs, and I actually was naive enough to think that I could overlook that core aspect of the game, which it turned out that I couldn't. In order to get a sense for the game's flow and not looking like a complete amateur when playing it, I decided to play a bit further off recording. Because it is an RPG, it's a numbers game. I know there are probably ways to circumvent and bypass and cheese and whatever, but that's not the point. I want to be playing the games, I don't want to be cheating my way through the games. And I got to a point where I had to grind 20 levels in order to progress. I did that. I wasn't happy about it, but I did it because I wanted to progress the story. And then I played for another hour and a half and ran into a similar situation, and I dropped the game there and then. Um, when you are close to finishing a game and suddenly there's this artificial um, extension of content, I lose interest very, very quickly. So that series is cancelled. I was about to say something. No, it's not. It's cancelled. No more parts in that series will be uploaded. My time at Porsche, an amazing game. It's cute, good characters, good setting, good graphics, good sound. But again, I played ahead of recording to get a feel for the game. And I got myself to a point where I just wanted the story to finish. I stopped caring about characters, I stopped caring about daily chores, I stopped caring about anything but just progressing the story. And if the game cannot retain more hold on me, then I want to complete this game to complete it. Not because I enjoy doing it, just because I want to complete it. Then that game is not suited for the channel. If I start playing something and I have no interest in completing it, I shouldn't start up a series in the first place. Legend Amiga, it is still ongoing, but because of the nature of the game, it will be recorded, edited, and voiced over after the editing has been completed. It is a game with a lot of backtracking and a lot of nothing happening, and I want to make sure that because of the nature of the game, the gameplay experience is somewhat flowing. That is a long-term thing. Mech Commander, out of nowhere, I just lost the ability to record video, which makes videos a bit less interesting when there's no picture. The sound was perfectly fine, but no picture. I may or may not have found a way to capture video again. It is still being tested, and if I am able to record the picture, then I will be continuing that series. It will be pre-recorded, edited together, and then voiced over after editing. But if not, then that series is gone. Dead. Over. I hope that's not the case because I want to have a completion of that game on the channel. Any other loose ends? We still got Secret of Silver Blades in the pipeline, but it is a game that requires a certain amount of knowledge. It's you can play blind, but I don't think it makes for very good videos if I have to spend 12 episodes running around being confused. So I need a lot more intimate knowledge of that game before I start up that video series. And that is because of the way I've decided to cover these games. I cover them in what I consider to be story mode, where I put the journal entries and whatnot into the different games or the different videos so that people can follow the story of it. And I want to make sure that I myself know how the story flows before going in that direction. I should probably mention that we got Death Knights of Krynn. I actually have every single part recorded. I've had it recorded and I've had it done for a long time. Not been edited, but I have entire game recorded. And what has put that series on hold is not Death Knights of Krynn, but Dark Queen of Krynn, the third chapter. The intention was to play through the entire Krynn series, but Dark Queen of Krynn, while technically an excellent game, it is also a very obnoxious game. What that game does is it puts you in a position after a certain point where you have no clue what you're supposed to be doing next. I don't necessarily appreciate hand-holding in games, but there's a difference between hand-holding and have no idea of what you're supposed to be doing next. There's no indication from the manual, there's no indication from the game, there's no indication of anything, but the hint book, the clue book, whatever you call it, and that puts me down a certain line of thinking I don't necessarily want to go down, but is one related to the other? Regardless, it is such a mess of a game, design-wise, that it is not going to be covered. And because of that, I sort of felt that I was wasting my time finishing off Death Knights of Quinn, because I knew already I was not going to play the third chapter. But as I got all the material, it's just a question of putting it together. So that is something that could be completed. Other videos will probably appear randomly, and they may be one-off videos. They may be small series. I still got Thief. I know it's been intended, but I want to present something that I can be somewhat proud of, and that requires a lot of work, and requires a lot of intimate knowledge of the different levels, and I am working on building up that intimate knowledge. I want to showcase the game at its best, not again me fumbling around like a complete whatever, not knowing what I'm supposed to be doing. So anyway, as I was saying, other games might pop up as individual videos, they might pop up as small series, but I will leave that up in the air. The schedule will be Monday to Friday, 2 Yakuza 0 videos, 1 Commodore 64, 1 Amiga video. Before finishing off, I want to express my appreciation of anyone watching any of the videos. I may not thank people individually for subscribing, and it's not because I'm ignoring people. I do appreciate anyone subscribing and anyone watching. But for me, the main purpose of this channel is to showcase the games that I like, or liked, or whatever. But of course, when it comes to gaming in general, if I was only to do such a thing, I would run out of content very quickly, which is why I cover some not so good games as well. Also because it's fun to slam them, because they actually expected people to pay for their products. But regardless, as I was saying, I appreciate any views, any viewers, and subscribers, of course. I may not always express it, but I do absolutely appreciate it. But the case is to show the point of the channel is to showcase the games, not showcase me. I have no need for to be the center of attention. It's the games that I'm trying to put on display. So I think that's it for this update. One final, even a minor note, of course, you can probably hear the bird in the background, and that is the main reason I do not do voice-over recording during the day, because I don't want that clutter on my videos. It sounds annoying after a while, and yeah. So of course, because we are in the summer time, my time without daylight is very limited, which means I have very limited time to actually make voice-over content. So that is one of many reasons why I have been very inconsistent at times. But that changes now. The schedule, as mentioned, will be the way it will be. Saturday and Sunday will be open for potential videos or no videos. That will be on a day-to-day basis. That decision will be made. So as for now, thanks for listening, I should probably say. Take care and see you in the next game video. Bye bye for now.